Hi there, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are joining from in the world today. Welcome to Life with Leila. My name is Leila Singh, and I'm a leadership, career, and life coach. And I work with career professionals, typically in the technology industry, who are looking to overcome their limitations so that they can uncover their real ultimate potential and create new possibilities, all whilst showing up as the best version of themselves, which is what I call life leadership. Welcome to each and every one of you who is joining me live today. If you are joining live, please say hello in the comments and let me know where you are joining from. And if you're watching on replay, then do please hashtag replay in the comments. And again, let me know where you are watching from on replay. So let me just check that this is all streaming okay. It looks like it is. So if you can hear me, if you can see me okay, do let me know in the comments. Just say, yeah, all is good. And that means that this is working absolutely fine. Great. Okay, so today's topic. Today's topic is 2023. Finished the year strong. Why? Because was it Sunday was the first, right? And I woke up thinking, good Lord, we are in the final quarter of the year. Where has the time gone? I cannot personally believe that it's already the final quarter of the year. So my question to you today is, have you set your intentions for the remainder of the year? Or are you continuing on that hamster wheel with no clear direction or focus and leaving your intentions and your goal setting for the new year? And I ask this because it is so easy to do this. After all, the month of December is often a write off for many people because we spend a lot of time socializing, catching up with family, friends, loved ones, and celebrating over the Christmas period, which means that there are only 2 clear months of the year remaining. And that time will, of course, fly. We're already on day 3 of October. So potentially, we may as well park our goal setting until the new year. Is that you? Well, if I'm having you now can think about this and consider what it is you could be doing differently, you want to stay watching and listening to this. So the fact is, there is so much you can accomplish in the remaining 3 months if you take the time to stop, to get present, to being present, slowing down, and envisioning how you would like to start the new year. So, what I invite you to do today is to identify one area of your life that is a priority for you to create change. For example, this could be your health, it could be your relationships, your career, perhaps your financial security, maybe your own personal development, time spent with family and friends. So, whatever is priority, whatever is important for you, if you want to just for now pick one of those that is your priority that you want to focus on. And if you haven't got one to hand, grab a pen and a piece of paper to make some notes on this, because this is something I want to share with you today that you can easily take away, work on over the coming weeks and 3 months so that you do finish the year strong and you go into 2024 feeling already accomplished and even stronger and more focused on your priorities for the new year. So here are the questions. Now, obviously, think about them now as I'm asking you them, but make a note of the questions so you can go back and really percolate over them and dig deep to find the answers. Search inside for the answers. Okay, this is not about looking outside for someone else to tell you. This is about going within. So when I say slowing down, creating that space for you that will enable you to spend some time on these areas. And as I said, pick one area of your life for now that is really important where you want to see change sooner rather than later. So the first question is, how important is it for me to create change in this area of my life? So ask yourself that question. In other words, what's the priority for me? How important is this really? And maybe if you're struggling to answer that, consider a scale of 1 to 10, where 1 is, well, actually, I couldn't care less if nothing changes in that area of my life. And 10 is, it is an absolute necessity, it's mandatory, it's essential, whatever, it has to change. That's a 10. So where are you on that scale? How important is it for you to create change in this particular area of your life? The second question is why? Why is this a priority for me? So what is the main reason? So for example, for me this year, and it was the same last year to be fair, is my health and well-being. And I've come a long way over the last 12 months when it comes to health and well-being. So I'm miles ahead of where it was this time last year. So my why as to why is this a priority for me? Because I know that when I achieve optimal health, everything else will shift, whether that's my relationships, my business, my financial situation, just my energy and the way that I get to show up for myself, for my clients, everything will change when I achieve optimal health. So for me, it is an absolute priority because health and well-being for me is the foundation of everything else in our life. In fact, there is a quote that I have here somewhere on my desk, if I can find it. It seems to have gone missing. It was on a post-it note, but it talks about fitness being a step towards your purpose in life. It helps you to fulfill that purpose. So the fitness and well-being and health and well-being is a means to an end. So that's my priority because it impacts so many other things. The next question is what else? So what are your other reasons for this being a priority? So the first question I asked was, why is this a priority? Now I'm asking, well, what else? What are the other reasons for this being a priority? For example, if I use my health and well-being goal, it's because I will feel fitter, I'll feel more energized and healthier. I'll feel more confident in my clothes. I'll be able to wear smaller clothes. Hey, that would be cool. And just feel much more stronger in myself, which will, again, massively impact the way that I'm showing up energetically, mentally, physically to everything that I do. It also means I have more energy to do the things that I want to do and not feel tired quickly and lethargic, and be able to fit more into my day if that's what I wanted to do. Overall, I know the benefits because I've been there and done it before when I've had optimal health, and I've let that slide. So for you, what is it for you? What are the other reasons? Is it to have more energy to run around with your kids or with your grandkids, or to be able to, participate in a marathon or climb Mount Kilimanjaro, whatever is your goal, your longer term goal? What is the priority right now for this area of your life needing to change? The next question is, and most importantly, is who, not why, who do I need to become to achieve my goal? So who do I need to become? Think about the behaviors, the attributes, the traits of somebody who is successful in that area of their life. So if we stick with the example of health and well-being, maybe consider someone like an athlete. Who are they being every day to be successful as an athlete, to be top of their game? So, for example, they need to be maybe consistent in their habits, their behaviors, their training. They need to be committed to their goal. So, in other words, training, exercising, etc. every day, committed or consistent with their sleeping patterns, determined, confident. This is an interesting one, actually, because I said to my coach recently, well, he asked me, so why is health so important for you? And I said, well, because it'll help me to feel more confident. And the question he came back with was, well, what if you were being confident now, today? How would that influence your behaviors around your health and wellness? And actually, that helped me to really take it up a level. So instead of saying, I'll wait until this happens to be more confident, it's actually, well, you know what? I'm going to be confident about who I am, what I'm being, who I'm being, what I'm doing, all of that. And it really enabled me to step up. And what I mean by that is what happened was it became a lot more easier for me to be consistent in my routines. Whereas for the last couple of years, and I have talked about this before on socials, on my lives, that I have struggled to maintain the commitment and consistency that I used to have when I was in my career when it came to my health and well-being. And I've let that slide quite a bit. So now, since I took on the identity of being confident already, it made it easier for me to be more consistent and committed to what I want to do to achieve the goal that I'm set out for myself. I hope this makes sense. If you've got any questions on this, pop them in the comments. Of course, I will answer them here now live, or if you pop them in on replay, I will come back and respond to you. So let me know if this makes sense. Think about, who do you need to become? Maybe 3 or 4 traits to start with, behaviors of who you can be to enable you to move yourself forward towards those goals, those areas of your life that you want to create change in. The next question is, what can I do differently from what I am doing now? So what are you doing at the moment that maybe is sabotaging your success in that area, or preventing you, hindering you from moving forward? What are you not doing? What are you not committing to? So what can you do differently from what you are doing right now? An example for me is, I still struggle to get a regular sleeping pattern in place. So for me, one of the things I can do differently is to be more disciplined and committed to going to bed at a regular time every evening, and an earlier time, so that in the mornings I have more energy. So, and also more clarity. So think about it for you. What do you know that you're doing right now that's perhaps holding you back, that's hindering you, that's have you procrastinating? And this could be a conversation that you're having in your own head. For example, it could be that you're telling yourself that you're not ready. By the way, you'll never be ready. You just got to do it. And it could be you're telling yourself you're not good enough. Well, that's only your opinion. Most people probably think you are. So actually, it's just an opinion. So letting go of that view of yourself and looking at who you really truly are and what you're really capable of. And the only way you'll figure that out is by taking the action. That will give you the evidence that you need to show that you are more than capable. So think about the conversations you're having in your head that might be preventing you from moving forward. The next question is, what support can I call upon to keep me focused and accountable? Now, that, of course, depends on what your area of your life is that you're looking to create that change in, what your goal is, what your aspiration is. And it could be simply calling upon one of your best friends or your partner, or a relation in your family, for example. So somebody that you can just ask them to support you, to kind of motivate you along, to check in with you and have accountability with you, so that you know you're answerable to somebody. It may be that you need somebody to hold your hand and move you along that journey. Let's say it's in your career and you're really feeling stuck. Perhaps you could speak to a mentor or a manager or a career coach, somebody who can assist you and guide you to get you to where you want to be. Perhaps it's your health. Now, with your health, it could be who can you call upon? Maybe it's a personal trainer, maybe it's a health coach, maybe it's someone in your life who you can see doing the things that you want to do and achieving what you want to achieve. So reaching out to them to maybe ask them to guide to you, mentor you, and so forth. So who can you call upon within your circles to enable you to stay focused and accountable, so that you are moving forward, that you are making that progress? And then, what will it mean for me if nothing has changed by January the 1st, 2024? What will that mean for you? So if everything is the same as it is today on the 1st of January, what will that mean for you? How will you feel? Think about it now. Will you be feeling like, oh, it's okay, it's the 1st of January, I can start now? That's okay. Or will you be kicking yourself thinking, oh, if only I'd started 3 months ago. If only I'd taken some baby steps, so I'd be a little bit further forward than I am today. You know, regret is one of the toughest things to live with. And there is a Japanese proverb that asks, when is the best time to plant a tree? And the answer is, 100 years ago, whatever, so when is the next best time? Is today. So today's the day to get started, to make inroads, to make progress to where it is you want to create that change in your life. And the final question is, how will I feel when I am able to start the new year in the way that I had envisioned? In other words, where that change has already started to occur in that area of your life. Because when you start the new year strong, in other words, you've already seen some progress in the last 12 weeks, you're more inclined, more motivated, more determined to keep that going into the new year. That's just how our brain works. It'll be harder if you're starting from scratch on the 1st of January than if you put in some effort now, even if it's just baby steps, to start moving you forward. Okay, so just to go back to some examples here, if you're really feeling stuck, as I said, it could be that, going back to that question, how will you feel when you're able to start the new year in the way that you envision? So, for example, if that is being fitter and healthier, which is my goal, it could be greater connection in your relationship with your partner or with another loved one. Maybe it's a step forward in your career. Perhaps it's in improving, your financial security. Maybe increasing and developing your self-awareness through personal development, personal growth. Possibly having a better life balance and getting to spend more time with your loved ones. So, as I said, it can be any of those things. And those questions that I have gone through with you can be applied to any of those examples. So the next thing I invite you to do is to set your intentions. So once you've answered those questions and you've really gotten clear on the area that you want to see that change in, why that's important for you, and understanding for yourself what you need to do differently, who you need to be, and so forth. Now what you want to do is start to create your milestones. So you've got 3 months, create your monthly milestones for October, November, and December. In other words, where do you want to be at the end of each month? Break that down and say, okay, so by the end of October, I want to be here. And therefore, for the next 4 weeks or so, these are the goals. These are the things that I want to focus on. These are the actions that I want to be taking so that I can achieve that monthly milestone. Remember, these can be baby steps. And then daily habits. What are the things that you want to be doing consistently to enable you to achieve that goal? Again, for me, with my health and well-being goal, one of the things is my sleep habit, my sleep patterns. One of them is continuing my consistency with my exercise, which I've managed to really nail this year. And it's been probably 3 years or something since I've been this consistent with exercise. So for me, it's continuing to do that and to up my effort levels, maybe do a little bit more, push myself further, and so forth. So every day you want to see yourself making that little bit of progress, however small, towards your vision of change and what it is you want to create. Next, reflect weekly on your progress, your wins, and your successes, however small, and tweak what's not working well. So here, for example, reflecting on your progress, the reason I say this is because what we tend to do as human beings is we go to naturally focus on what we didn't do, and then we beat ourselves up, and then potentially we might give up and just not bother. So reflecting on your week includes, as well as what hasn't worked well, it's what your wins are, what your successes are. And it could be that, hey, if it's, let's say it is for you, it's health and well-being. Maybe it is the fact that actually I exercised 3 times this week, or I went for a walk every day, or 5 days in the week. Whatever that is, it's okay. Don't focus on what you didn't do, focus on what you have done, because that will create the, the motivation and for you to keep going, to propel yourself forward by saying, actually, I've come this far and I know I can do more, so I'll keep going. Also look at what's not working well and then tweak that. So for example, it could be, I committed to getting up at 6 a.m. and going for a walk or a run. And actually, I've not done it for 4 days because I was just so exhausted. So what can you tweak? Well, you could either tweak going to bed earlier. You could tweak not doing a 6 o'clock, but maybe a 6:30 or a 7 o'clock, or doing it at lunchtime instead, or doing it in the evening. So test things, tweak them to what works for you. There is no prescription to any of this. You have to create the habits and the actions based on what works for you and your own personal lifestyle and life commitments. And then reach out and engage for the support that you need. So whether, as I said, it's a family member, a friend, someone who's a mentor, a coach, someone that you work with perhaps. You don't have to do this on your own. And as I said, I'm giving you a live example here of myself. For me, again, health and fitness and well-being are my number one priority for next year too, because for me, that underpins everything else in my life and how I perform in every area of my life, from my, my work, my business, my relationships, and so forth. So for you, pick one, start with that, work on that. If you feel you can work on two areas simultaneously, then hey, go for it. Nothing wrong with that at all. So that's my invitation to you. Create the changes that you want to experience as we head into 2024, which really is just around the corner, so that you can finish the year strong. And my question to you now to really consider is, what one area of your life are you going to improve upon during this last quarter of the year to make your start of the new year your best year ever? So give some thought to that. Really think about, okay, which area of my life is my priority right now that I really want to see change, that I'm getting so frustrated in, I'm getting annoyed with myself, I'm lacking motivation and so forth. Which area is that for you? And I'll just recap on these questions. So if you haven't already done so, then make a note of them. The first one is, once you've identified the area that you want to create that change in, ask yourself, how important is it for me to create this change in my life? And then why? Why is this a priority for me? Next is, what else? What are the other reasons? Once you've identified why it's a priority, or what else? Keep asking yourself, what else will this impact? What else makes this important for me? Keep writing until you run out of reasons. And then, most importantly, who do you need to become to achieve that goal? Think about your behaviors, your traits, your attributes that will enable you to move yourself forward to create that change. The next question is, what can I do differently from what I'm doing now? So start to look at the things you're doing that are perhaps hindering you, holding yourself back, whether it's the way that you're speaking to yourself, maybe things that you could be doing but you're not, or that you could do better or differently. Think about the support that you can call upon to keep you focused and accountable. Who can you reach out to help you? And what will it mean when we hit January the 1st, 2024, if nothing has changed? How will you feel? What will you be saying to yourself? And finally, how will you feel when you are able to start the new year in the ideal way that you envisioned? So work through those questions. Again, you can apply this to different areas of your life that you're seeking change in. And then pick at least one that you're going to focus on over the remaining quarter of the year. I'd love to hear which area you're going to focus on. Share that in the comments with me. Let me know your why and who you are going to be to make that happen. And of course, I can't complete this without reminding you that if you haven't already done so, then do check out the Leadership Launchpad that has now got the doors open, gone live last week, where you can join me and an amazing community where we can help you and support you through your journey, whether it is your career or is leadership of other areas of your life. It's an incredible opportunity to be a part of a community as a founding member, where you will have access to a wealth of online training and workbooks that you can follow through at your own pace. It's all self-paced. You can go through that and work through it to develop yourself, to gain more clarity and move yourself forward, both in your career and in your life. Not only that, there will be regular group coaching calls, accountability support, mentoring, and guidance around the areas that you will be struggling with, as well as a community of like-minded people who are able to support you, and you can learn from each other's experiences and challenges and questions that they will be asking. So if this is something of interest to you, do click on the link in the comments and check this out. If you have any questions specifically for me, then do direct message me or email me at hello@leilasing.com, and I will happily come back to you, jump on a call with you to answer any questions that you may have. I would love to have you join our community. So before I complete this, until next time, remember to elevate your performance, maximize your potential, and always be creating new possibilities by showing up as the best version of you. So next week and the following week, I am away in the Caribbean running a retreat with some amazing individuals who have placed their trust in us again this year. They're the guys who came out with us last year. They're joining us again to work on their strategy for their life and business, as well as mindset and personal growth. So we'll be running that over the next week or so. We're flying out on Thursday. What I'm going to say is I may possibly be live here if I have the Wi-Fi connectivity allows me to do so. If not, I will record a video and pop it up here at the same time next week and the following week with some insights, learnings that we've gained from the retreat that I feel would be of value to you too. In the meantime, any questions on today's live, do pop them in the comments, tag me in, I will come back to you, and check out the launch pad. If you feel this is for you, but you have any questions, then do reach out to me directly. I will come back to you. And also on that, there is a current offer for founding, was the word I'm looking for, founding members looking to join. It's a really great offer that you can take on to check out the launchpad, see if it's for you, and there is a full 100% money back guarantee if within the first 30 days you decide it is not for you. And if after 2 or 3 months you decide actually it's not the thing for me or I don't have time, that's okay too. You can leave of your own accord. So there's nothing to lose. Do check out the link and check out the benefits, what it involves, and how it can support you on your journey. And as I said, reach out if you have any questions. Otherwise, I will see you on the other side. Have a great rest of the week and take care.